Good frosty morning, everybody. Silas back again today. We've got a fairly busy day today. It's nice and chilly, but it's not windy, so I'll take it. Before we get too into this video, I just want you guys to know that at some point in this video, I've got some pretty big news for you. I'm pretty excited to talk about it, but before I can do that, I've got some other things I gotta take care of. Right now, the loader is warming up. I've got a guy here to pick up an old winch truck. Now, I should specify that some of the things you're about to see in this video, I actually already recorded in other videos, but those videos haven't posted yet. I'm going a little bit out of order on this one because of the announcement that I have to make. So if you see something and I don't make a big deal out of it, don't worry, you'll see it better in the future. There we go. I think I got this thing pretty well cut up all the way, everything I want to save anyway. I went ahead and cut that panel out of the side. I didn't cut the bottom perfectly straight, and I made this side a little bit too long, but I did that on purpose, and somebody else can mark it out perfectly square and cut it with a whiz wheel. This piece here is just really neat, and it's not very heavy. It's all hollow, and it's fairly lightweight, so it's easy to roll around and lift and carry. That piece there, I don't know if it's worth anything or not, but it's kind of neat, and it was easy to pull. I had to pull it anyway. The other piece that was in here, I already carried that with the loader and put that up front. I think if a guy trims that up a little bit to where it'll stand upright, that'd make a really cool, maybe a Christmas tree for somebody or something like that. And then I went ahead and cut it right there until I ran out of oxygen in my torch. And I think I can go ahead and fold the bottom of it. I got it cut up top, and that way I can fold it and make it narrower so it'll fit in the dumpster. They're supposed to set me off a dumpster here later today. Whenever it gets here, I'm gonna grab that axle and these front bumpers and maybe some other stuff I got laying around. I got some stuff laying over there. Anything heavy, iron, farm equipment. Oh, I got that combine header there. I've got a few bicycles laying around in the way, just odds and ends stuff that's right on the edge of the road in the way. Instead of gathering it all up and stashing it somewhere, I'm just gonna go ahead and ship it in. Prices are good enough. I got this truck just came in. This one actually runs and drives. There's no brakes, of course. There never is on these old farm trucks. Problem is that it just got a lot of rust in it. The fenders are rotted out, the doors are rotted out. I haven't really checked the cab. Yeah, the cab's rotted out up here in the front. So it's probably a parts unit. It does have a good roof in it though. I'm not sure what motor's in it. I think this is a 59? I think it's a 59. I always get confused. 58 and 59, I always get them backwards. It's got an old 6-cylinder in it. Yeah, he said the battery's dead on it now. You have to jump it to start it, but he said it fires right up. That's an oily engine right there. But I think I can find a home for that. Eventually, every now and then somebody wants one of these old 6-cylinders. It's got some other neat parts on it too, like these horns here. Those are pretty cool. Like I say, it's got some arts and parts on it. I can cut the nose off of it. Although it does have a pretty good hood, so somebody might want that hood, I'm not sure. He said the grain bed actually works on this, but it's so old nobody had ever used that, so I'm probably just going to junk that part of it. If I had time, I'd just go ahead and pop the cab and the motor off of it real quick and then junk it. But I ain't got time for all that, so I'm just going to stash it and keep on working on other things. I think Sean's here up front right now, so I'm going to head up there. Here's that other piece. I think if a guy shaves that off right there, that little nub sticking out, then it'll stand up on this base right here, and I don't know, a guy might take these pokey deals off, or a guy might leave them on there. I don't know if it would look better with them or without them. I'll decide on that later. They're super easy to zip off with an impact. While I'm walking up here, I guess this is the perfect opportunity to tell you guys about my big news. And you may notice what I'm wearing right here. Find an Adventure. I finally got a website set up. I finally have merch set up. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I've kind of tried a couple times, but the first time I did it, it was just hats, and I had all the hats in my house, and I still have a few left. But anyway, it was just a lot of work, and I just didn't have time to do it all. I didn't have the space to store it all, and so I didn't want to do that again. I went through a third party on the second time, and I just wasn't impressed with the quality of their stuff. So this time I went with a reputable company. They've got good quality clothing. At this point in time, I've got beanies in multiple colors. I've got hats in multiple colors. I've got 2 styles of t-shirt available. If you're just looking for something small, I've got stickers. Like I say, I'll be adding more merch as time goes on. That's what I have on there right now. And I also have a bunch of those old thermometers on there. And that's what's cool about having my own website is not only can I list merch on there, but I can list other stuff as well. So right now, all I have on there is those thermometers, but I will be listing some old signs on there. I've got some other odds and ends trinkets that I'll be putting on there. And eventually, I hope to be able to list cars on there. I'll still have my eBay store set up because there's a lot of stuff that's not worth the amount of effort it takes to list it on an actual website. amfsmerch.com. Definitely check it out, and check it out regularly because you just never know what I'm going to post on there next. I probably won't post a whole lot of car parts on there, things like, I don't know, carburetors and chrome pieces and things like that, because I think eBay is a better place for stuff like that. But I think my website will be a much better place to list whole cars, trucks, things like that that are for sale. I know everybody's always asking me about my wall art and my vintage industrial art and things like that, and so maybe I'll list some of that sort of stuff on there. And then if I get really cool accessories, like I've got a couple of the little spin knobs off of steering wheels that are really cool out of the 40s or 50s, I'll probably put those on there. Maybe old hood ornaments, maybe old oil cans, things like that. So over time, I'll be updating it continually. And if I put a bunch of stuff on there all at once, I'll probably post about it. So please check it out, see if there's anything you can use on there. When you buy stuff on there, it helps support my channel, makes it possible for me to go out and do stuff like this. I really appreciate you guys, but I'm up front now, so I guess I better get back to work. We just now noticed that this part's embossed, so we're going to go ahead and save that. It's a little bit scratched up, a little bit of surface rust, but it's still kind of a neat piece, and like I say, it is embossed. So we're just going to go ahead and pull the whole thing off. And there's one more of these panels on this side. I ran out of oxygen, but Sean's here now and he's got a little bit of oxygen, so we'll go ahead and cut it off of there. Just like that. Well, he got those cabinets put together pretty good, got all those put in the barn. Now I'm going to throw some more scrap inside this box here. I've got a whole pile of just scrap steel back here. This is all from that Studebaker cleanup we did a year and a half ago, whenever it was. This is all just miscellaneous parts that might have been worth something, but I didn't know what they fit, so we just went ahead and threw them all over here. I figured I'd scrap them someday, and today is that day. I had a bunch of hoods with emblems on them, so we went ahead and pulled all the emblems off. And now they're in the junk. And then nobody wanted this car. Nobody wanted to buy it whole, so we went ahead and started knocking it in the head, literally, and pulled that off. There we go, I got that dumpster loaded. There's a little bit of room left in it. I could pack a little bit more in there if I wanted to, but I think I'm about done for the day. I'm not entirely sure how much weight's in this dumpster. I'm gonna guess somewhere around 4 tons. I was really hoping to get a little bit more than that in there, but that piece just wouldn't fold up. There's 2 steel shafts. I thought there was just 1, but there's actually 2. And there's another piece of angle iron that I didn't see before, and without any oxygen in my torch, I can't cut them, so I can't really get it to fit in the box like I wish I could. If it would fit down inside the box, I could go ahead and pack some more in there. I have this pile of junk laying here I'd like to pack in there, especially like this little frame here. I'd love to put that in there, and then this old, I think this is like a 39 or 40, something like that, pre-war Studebaker frame there. But it ain't worth nothing, it's just junk. I was gonna pack that in there, but oh well, next one. But I had tons of just little piles of stuff. Like I had one pile where there was just a pile of exhaust cutoffs that I threw in there. They were from a load of converters that I cut the converters off of 6 months ago or more, probably more than that, and they just been laying there, and I was gonna pick them back up and I just didn't get it done. And we had all those cut off tin pieces off of truck front clips when we made all those noses, those wall hangers, and that's been laying there since summertime. And so just tons of piles like that, and so getting those gathered up and out of the way, super handy. There's a bunch more of them out here like that, but they're not in the way, so I'm not worried about those right now. I was mainly trying to get the ones that were on the sides of the road. Like that big pile, there was actually 2 big piles laying right here. It's good to have those finally gone, clear a little bit of room. I did save these 2 fenders. These make really good engine covers, so I hung on to those. I've got a few more of those out back. I'll probably keep about a dozen of them around, and then after that I'll stop saving them. But yeah, we got quite a bit done today, and then the shelves, getting those done, set in the barn, that way they're out of the weather. They're all put together, they're nice and solid, so now I can sell those. A couple of them are huge, and there was one more that was huge, but it kind of broke in half, and so the bottom half wasn't very good, so we just left that off. Then there's one more that's kind of medium sized, but boy, they'd be great for putting t-shirts on or something like that in a store that kind of has that rustic look to it. So yeah, it may not be a lot of visible progress, but we actually really did get quite a bit done today. That being said, I am finally almost back to my truck. It's a long walk to walk all the way from the front to the back. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Don't forget to check out my website, amfsmerch.com. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Remember to get out there, find an adventure. We'll see you on the next one.